So today I'm going to make a bugger off cold soup because no one wants to get ill. So this is an antiviral, antibacterial, keep you well elixir, and you can make up a big batch, stick it in the freezer and just get little batches out every time you fancy having it. Just use the ingredients you've got in your fridge. Butternut squash is always nice, it's nice and sweet. I've got some carrots, sweet potato, onions and lots of garlic, because garlic is really the key for antiviral things. And then on top of that I'm going to add certain spices which are going to make sure that you stay well. Turmeric is the wonder spice, it is the goddess of spices. But did you know in order to kind of utilise all the turmeric you need to heat it up, and you also need to have it in the presence of black pepper, because black pepper makes it 1000% more absorbable when you eat it. So, you know, when you're thinking about your turmeric latte, it's all good, but if you put a little bit of black pepper in your latte and stir it around, and you've just bought it from Whole Foods or Starbucks or whatever, it'll make it more absorbable. I'm also going to add cumin, which is another antiviral and very warm spice, and a little pinch of cinnamon, because I pretty much add cinnamon to everything. So all you really need to do is chop everything up and just chuck it in. But remember to always put your oil and your spices first, because the heat of the oil makes the spices release before you add all your veg in. Very, very simple. So I'm going to add some olive oil, and this is a vegan soup, but if you are not a vegan then you could add a little bit of butter as well, because that brings out some richness. I'm not going to do that. Now you need quite a bit of olive oil because you want to warm the spices and you want to coat all the vegetables before you add the stock in to make it into soup. So olive oil in, I'm going to add a teaspoon of turmeric. And you can use quite a lot of turmeric. It hasn't got such a strong flavour, but it's so good for you. And as we said, if you're adding turmeric, then you need to add black pepper. A nice big pinch of black pepper, because that makes it more absorbable. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, but not too much, because I'm going to taste it after I put my stock in. Add a teaspoon of cumin, because it's such a lovely warming spice. And I'm adding little pinch of cinnamon for two reasons. I think cinnamon is such a wonderful warm spice, but also cinnamon helps you regulate your blood sugar, so that's going to go into the soup as well. So it's going to make it not only just good for you, but it's going to keep your blood sugar at a nice even temperature as well. And then I'm going to mix all those spices in, and because of the heat of the oil you can smell all the flavours come out, and then just chuck everything in and give it a good mix. That's what you need to do next. So throw it all in. And as I said, whatever vegetables you've got at home, I've put sweet potato, carrot, butternut squash, onions and garlic. Garlic's a must because garlic is really antibacterial, same with the onions. But if I had some parsnips, I'd chuck those in as well. If I had some kale, I'd put that in. The only one I don't put in the soup is broccoli, because broccoli has such a strong flavour that sometimes it just overtakes the soup, and then I can't get my kids to eat it. Oh, burning myself while I'm doing it as well. There we go. And once everything's in there, just stir it really well so everything gets coated by the oil. So I'm lucky enough to have a tap that brings out hot water. It's one of the things that Paul, my husband, did for me, so I don't have to boil the kettle, I can just get hot water instantly. So I'm just going to put some hot water in here, and then I'm going to see how much I need to put into the soup. Now if you're really crazy about measurements, I would say that you need about 400 millilitres of stock or water, but I just cover it till it covers the vegetables, and that's enough. So just cover the vegetables. Depending on how chunky you want your soup to be, you can put a lot more water if you want it to be quite a loose soup, but I like mine to be a little bit thicker. And then to that I'm going to add this stock here, and I like the Callow organic vegetable stock. They do a really nice chicken one as well, and they do an extra low salt chicken one, which is good. And that's why I say don't add too much salt to your soup when you're making it, because you need to taste it, because you're not ever quite sure how much salt is in the stock, and there's nothing worse than having it too salty. If it's not got enough salt, then you can just add some yourself at the table. So I'm going to put a couple of those in, and I know you're supposed to, dilute them in water, then put them in, but this is going into a nice hot pot here, so they'll dilute slowly. And you're going to bring your soup to the boil, nice and high. Once it starts boiling, take it down to a simmer for around 30 minutes, 25-30 minutes, till all the vegetables are really soft. Then take it off the heat. Now, if you want to have a chunky soup, you leave it like that. But if you want to have a blitz soup, then just get a blitzer, and I'll show you how to do that in a bit. And then you end up with a really lovely smooth soup. So the soup has been simmering now for around 35 minutes actually, so all the vegetables are nice and soft. Now if you want a really chunky soup, really chunky, you can eat it like that. But my children prefer it blitz, I'm going to blitz it up, but this is what it looks like when it's really chunky. So this is the lovely smooth soup that I've blitzed up. And to serve it, I often add some double cream on top, a little bit of chopped parsley or coriander, a sprinkle of black pepper, or you could add a dollop of yogurt if you prefer that to cream. And there you have it, your piss off cold soup, because that's what I'd call it. It means bugger off virus, bugger off colds. I'm not going to get ill because I'm going to eat this soup. It's just full of amazing antibacterial, antiviral ingredients that not only is going to make me really well and healthy, but tastes delicious.